So, what if your face was your new ID? You know, your new password, your key, your currency. That's the world that's being built right now by facial recognition technology. It's an incredible tool for sure, one that's full of promise, but also profound peril. Today, we're not just looking at a new piece of tech, we are dissecting a system that's a powerful example of narrow AI, one that has two very different and often conflicting sides. So let's dive in.
And this right here, this captures the core debate perfectly. On one side, you've got the promise. I mean, think about unlocking your phone with just a glance. That's biometric security right in your pocket. Or picture law enforcement spotting a wanted person in a giant crowd in a matter of seconds. That's the kind of speed and automation we're talking about. But then there's the other side, the peril. Imagine a world where your every single move in public is logged, where who you meet is monitored, and where your basic right to just be anonymous is completely gone. That's the threat to privacy, to autonomy, and to our freedom.
And this is really where the rubber meets the road. We're moving beyond just the code and the algorithms now, and we're getting into a fundamental societal clash. It's a collision between our relentless drive for powerful, innovative technology and our non-negotiable commitment to protecting basic human rights. This is the central dilemma we're going to be unpacking.
Now, in academic circles, this conflict actually has a name: the AI governance dilemma. Think of it like this. Say you're engineering a race car. Your main goal is to maximize speed and performance, right? But you're also legally and ethically required to install things like seatbelts, airbags, and brakes. Well, the AI governance dilemma is that exact same tension, that push and pull between raw performance and essential safety, but it's applied to a technology that can impact the rights of millions of people all at once.
And let's be absolutely clear about something. This isn't some far-off science fiction scenario. This is happening right now, today. From airports using your face as your boarding pass, to police departments deploying it for surveillance, to social media platforms that automatically tag you in photos, this technology is already out there, identifying and tracking people, and it's having very, very real consequences on their lives. So, all of this forces us to confront the bottom line. It pushes us to ask a really profound and, frankly, a deeply uncomfortable question. Do we actually have to choose? Is it either this amazing innovation or our fundamental rights? That's the gravity of the decision that our societies, our lawmakers, and really all of us are facing right now.
Okay, so now that we've laid out that central dilemma, let's take a much closer look at the human cost. In this next section, we're going to break down the specific, tangible ways that widespread biometric surveillance can directly impact our rights and our freedoms.
This right here is the critical point. This is where the theoretical danger becomes a lived reality. When facial recognition cameras are aimed at our streets, our parks, our public squares, the very places where we live our lives, assemble, and express ourselves, the threat to our rights isn't an abstract concept anymore. It becomes an immediate, persistent reality that we have to confront every single day.
This quote, it gets right to the heart of the matter. Just let that sink in for a second. Individuals may be monitored without their knowledge or consent. That describes a world where your most unique identifier, your face, can be captured, cataloged, and tracked, all without you ever knowing it's even happening. It's a world where you are, by default, being watched.
And this constant, unconsented surveillance, it just chips away at our most basic freedoms. Privacy, that's the obvious one. But just as crucial is our right to anonymity, the simple ability to walk down the street without being identified and logged. And that, in turn, erodes our autonomy, our ability to make choices freely, without judgment or fear of what someone might think. And that ultimately threatens our freedom of expression, because really, who is going to truly speak their mind if they believe the state is always listening?
The cumulative impact of all these eroding freedoms creates a phenomenon that experts call a chilling effect. And trust me, it's as ominous as it sounds. This isn't just some legal term, it's a social reality where the mere presence of surveillance can fundamentally change how we behave, how we think, and how we interact in a free society.
So how does this actually work in practice? Well, it starts with that pervasive surveillance. This undermines our anonymity, which makes people feel exposed. And that exposure leads to a growing fear of being monitored. And here's the crucial outcome. That fear starts to discourage perfectly lawful behavior. You might think twice about attending a peaceful protest, or visiting a specific health clinic, or joining an activist group, not because you've done anything wrong, but because you have no idea how that data will be stored, how it will be interpreted, or how it might be used against you down the line.
So, we've seen how this technology can threaten our rights and create this chilling effect on society. This leads us naturally to the crucial question: how do we manage this power?
How do we reap the potential benefits of this technology without sacrificing our core principles? This is the governance question.
You know, proper AI governance is kind of like a three-legged stool. It's not enough to simply make sure the technology works, that it's accurate and secure. That's just one leg. The other two legs are making sure its use is legal, ethical, and respects our constitutional and human rights. A system that is technically perfect but morally bankrupt is, by any definition, a failure of governance. And so, we are left with this. It is perhaps the single most important question of our digital age. As we build these incredibly powerful artificial intelligence systems to watch over our world, we absolutely must have a definitive answer for this. Who is watching the AI? Who holds it accountable? And who ensures its application is just, fair, and aligned with our deepest values? Answering that is the defining governance challenge of our time.